I'm Dr. Diane Cleverley, founder of Personal Healthcare Information, and welcome to this part of Frequently Asked Questions on the ACA. If you're someone who is dealing with a cancer diagnosis or another life-threatening condition diagnosis, that I'm very sorry that you have to deal with that, and it can be very difficult to manage. I really hope that these slides are very helpful in you understanding what are the advantages to the ACA ruling of 2709 and the mandate, and that it explains something about clinical trials and your coverage for insurance under clinical trials to help you. You have enough stress to deal with that condition, and you really don't need to be worrying about whether or not your insurance company is going to drop you if you want to be in a clinical trial. So hopefully these slides will put your mind at ease and help explain some of the new rulings and some of the things that are going on with that. So basically, Section 2709 of the ACA provides that your health insurance company can't drop you or deny you coverage or discriminate against you if you enroll in a clinical trial or if you have enrolled in a clinical trial for cancer or another life threat. For more information on clinical trials, check out my other video on should I enter a clinical trial. What if you're on Medicare? If you're on Medicare, the rules haven't changed in 14 years. They've always covered standard of care costs, so there really is no impact of the ACA on this. Are you eligible? Well, if you're a qualified participant of the insurance company, if you're eligible by the clinical trial protocol, and that's something that will be determined by the people running the study. And here's a really important thing. You need to get the sign off by your doctor. So you really do need to have that conversation right up front and be opening that line of communication. You don't want to just go signing up for a clinical trial and not telling the oncologist. You have to make sure that everybody's on board for that. If for some reason your doctor is like, no, not going to happen, and you are really set, you really think this is the trial for you, and or the insurance company is just not going to let you, if you need help establishing that you have medical and scientific reason to be in that trial, please let me know. Shoot me an email, tell me what the situation is. I will try and get you some really good peer review referenced clinical trial information that you can send to your insurance company. Trial eligible. So most of them are. If they're conducted with prevention, detection, treatment of the cancer, or other life-threatening condition, it will likely be covered. If it's federally funded, or if it's an investigational new drug application trial, that pharmaceutical company is testing to get their drug approved. They need to file an IND, it's going to be covered. Some things are exempt from that, and that's your nonprofits, your governmental organizations, things like that. They're going to be exempt from that. What does the clinical trial site provide in the way of treatment? They're going to provide your study drug, your device, your intervention. They're going to do anything that's listed in that protocol. That's their responsibility. They need to cover it. They will give you a list and tell you everything that they're going to be reimbursing for. So what is your insurance company then required to do? They're required to keep giving you the same care and service that they were giving you before the clinical trial, even, in the face of you've got this clinical trial. So you're going to the clinical trial, back and forth, you stub your toe, your insurance company needs to provide treatment for that stubbed toe. Can you go out of network for my clinical trial? Well, that is a dicey question, and that really depends on what your insurance company was before you decided to participate. So if you had out-of-network coverage before, most likely you can go out of network and the coverage rules will apply. If you didn't, it's a really good chance that you can't go out of network. Chance that if you would like to be in a clinical trial for study drug Q, and you would like to go to Dr. X who's out of network, but Dr. Y who's in network is actually participating in this study, that your insurance company can say to you, you need to go to Dr. Y, and that's who we will cover, because they've negotiated rates with Dr. Y for his care. So they do have some leeway in saying that if there is an in-network person who they will cover. And there's also some other weird rules about out of network being covered if it's not in your state, but not being covered if it is in your state. Speaking of states, what's interesting to know about clinical trial coverage is that before this ACA Act was passed, 34 states already had coverage laws in place. And some states, interestingly, are real hotbeds for clinical trials. They have actual sites set up that run multiple clinical trials. That's it. That's the end. Hopefully these questions were helpful for you. And I just hope that you do consider clinical trials if they are an option for you. Talk to your physician about them. Look around on the websites. It doesn't hurt to look. If you see something that's perfect for you, bring it up with your physician. You know that your insurance company will most likely, not discriminate against you, will still continue to provide coverage, and you may find treatment with the drug that will help you. Remember that you deserve to be well treated and treated well always. And if you have any questions, please email me at personalhealthforyou@gmail.com. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you for listening. And for more information, please visit us on the web at personalhealthinfo.weebly.com.